Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. My name is Katie and we're continuing with our series regarding the alleged murder of Kouri Richins, and this is a People magazine exclusive. Some of Kouri's friends have spoken to People magazine. I've already covered the one article in a previous video, but we're going to cover this article now, where the friends say that Kouri's side of the story will come out at trial. So let's have a look, shall we? Now let me see if I can figure it out. Oh, I don't know. Let's just go ahead with it, shall we? So, children's author accused of poisoning husband with fentanyl. Her side of the story. Quote, a lot will come out at trial. End quote. And it's a People exclusive. Kouri Richins, now 33, is accused of murdering her husband Eric for financial gain, but friends of Kouri point to evidence they say does not add up. And there you can see an image of Kouri, Eric, their 3 children, and little Pooch. Eyes reddened by crying. Mom and aspiring children's book author Kouri Richins joined a Zoom business meeting with ghostwriter Shane Walter late last year from her home in Kamas, Utah. The newly widowed 32-year-old parent of 3 young boys, her husband Eric, 39, had died suddenly months earlier, wanted to hire Walter to work on a children's book she was planning to publish around the anniversary of Eric's death, and based on her own family's story. She was all alone at that point, says Walter, adding that Kouri often everything that a mother can do. I still don't like the idea of someone talking to a magazine, but... So this is the front cover of People magazine, dated September the 11th, 2023. So it hasn't been released in paper yet, but it is online. Just months after the publication of Are You With Me?, a book featuring a boy dealing with grief over the loss of his father, appeared on Amazon and began racking impressive sales. Kouri was arrested and charged with her husband's murder. Prosecutors say the deeply indebted real estate agent who owed creditors more than $2 million served Eric an evening cocktail laced with 5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl, which they say she had procured from a housekeeper moonlighting as a drug dealer, in order to collect on at least 5 life insurance policies she'd taken out in his name, and which would more or less cover her debts. I've got a question. How can you have 5 life insurance policies? You only die once. I don't understand that. I would appreciate someone explaining that to me. And she took them out in his name. From what I understand, I don't know if it's the same in every state, but I have heard that the person who is being insured must take out the insurance policy. So how can you take out one in someone else's name? Again, if you know how, or if possible, or is it different in every state, please let me know. In interviews with People, friends of Kouri's say that the Utah soccer mom is innocent of her husband's March the 4th, 2022 death, and that the evidence prosecutors have used against her has been taken out of context. Quote, there's a lot that will come out at trial, says a friend close to the case. I'm certain that once it does, the jury will make the right decision. She made him a drink. that had fentanyl in it. And not just a lethal dose. 5 lethal doses. I don't know how that can be taken out of context, but maybe. But there is a picture of their wedding day. That was June 15th, 2013. Kouri, who worked as a housekeeper through college, often felt an outsider in Eric's affluent ranching family, according to friends. But a year after the birth of their first son, Carter, the couple married in a backyard wedding in June 2013. Shortly before Kouri walked down the aisle decked in her wedding gown and pearls, Eric's mother presented her with a prenup barring Kouri from claiming Eric's 50% stake in his stonemasonry business except in the event of his death, according to a civil suit over Eric's estate filed by Kouri in the Summit County District Court back in June. Okay, so from what I understand, they are a Mormon family. So the fact that they got married after the birth of their first child is quite progressive. Having a child out of wedlock. Just a comment. No shade. It's just I thought that Mormons were very strict, but I suppose it depends. And also a prenup. Yeah, I would sign that if I had money. I would have a prenup. As of right now, if you want half of what I got, fine. I've got nothing. Anywho, we'll get back to the article. The couple came to a head when Kouri decided to start a real estate business a few years ago. Kouri told investigators in an email sent weeks before her May the 8th, 2023 arrest. Eric wanted us to live the typical conservative life where the man takes care of his family and the wife is a homemaker, wife, mom, and that is it. That is not my personality and not the way I was raised, Kouri said in an email, adding, I wanted to be more. I've seen some of those emails and it's an essay. I might do a video with that. Yes, no, maybe, perhaps. We'll see. But here is an image of Kouri when she did an interview with a local TV station, and the people who interviewed her said, in hindsight, something was off. I noticed that she's in her coat, and I thought that was weird for an interview. Normally you take your coat off. But they noticed that as well. But hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? And on the left, my left, I don't know if it's your left as well. I can't see. Yeah, left-hand side of the screen. Is a picture of the book, Are You With Me? And this is part of the civil case, one of the civil cases. She has used Eric's likeness in the book, and Eric's family are saying, no, you can't do that. But that's part of the civil case that is ongoing. Kouri said in this email that the couple had worked things out, a statement supported by friends of both Eric and Kouri. Throughout the investigation, as all of this stuff hit the fan, a close friend of Kouri's recalled being surprised that she was still wearing her wedding ring. I just miss Eric, he recalled Kouri saying. Characterised as the ultimate family man in his obituary, Eric was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and had gone on a 2-year mission to Mexico City. Those closest to Kouri say Eric was also a man who had strayed from the church and began drinking and taking illegal drugs during their marriage. Eric's family never liked Kouri, a friend says, and they want to believe Eric was perfect in every way, that Eric couldn't have died in any other way besides at Kouri's hands. The family needs an answer, someone to blame, adds Kouri's best friend Ali. I believe Eric must have died from an accidental overdose. I'm pretty sure that Kouri had told police that Eric didn't do drugs. I think you mentioned gummies. That's not a thing over here, so I don't know if they are potent or not. But I think she mentioned gummies, but otherwise that's it. And I don't remember reading anything about him losing his faith. So, but maybe that's what's to come out in court. I don't know. That is an image of Kouri and one of her defence lawyers, and that is Sky Lazaro, and that was back in June. I would want her defending me, to be fair. She looks like she takes no messing. Prosecutors say that hours after her arrest, in a recorded jailhouse phone call, Kouri told her mother and brother that Eric asked her to purchase pain pills for him and suggested that the drug dealer had sold her fentanyl instead. This is the first time I've heard that Kouri said that. I haven't. Hang on. Oh, I didn't watch the bail hearing. That's why. That's probably in the bail hearing. But Kouri failed to mention that to the police before. A fentanyl-free cocktail glass could support Kouri's defence. And in early pre-trial hearings, Kouri's lawyers, who are gagged from talking to the media, have honed in on the cup in question. At a bail hearing in June, the lead investigator testified that law enforcement never tested the empty cup for traces of drugs. Kouri mentioned the drink to investigators the day Eric died, according to a dated written statement she made to the sheriff's office. Okay, there's a few things in there. So now at least we know why we haven't heard anything from the defence, because they're gagged. But why are the defence gagged? Are the prosecutors gagged? And why didn't they test the cup? Isn't that like CSI 101 or something? That'll be interesting to see when it all, if it goes to trial. Kouri, who faces between 25 years and life in prison without parole if convicted of her husband's murder, is studying for the LSAT in the hopes of becoming a defence lawyer for people unjustly accused. Her trial date hasn't been set yet, but the hearing in the case was slated for September the 1st. That I covered that in a previous video, so go watch that. It's been rescheduled again. You're not missing anything. But I'm sure I read that she was denied bail because of the seriousness of her crimes. If someone has been denied bail, I would assume that the evidence is quite strong. Maybe that's just me. Don't know. But that is People magazine exclusive. The only exclusive is that a lot will come out at trial. That's it. Everything else you can find. I suppose anything's an exclusive if you want it to be. But that is their friend talking to People magazine. Again, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about friends talking to the press. I don't like it. There you go. I do know how I feel. But that's it for now in the case. As I said, I have covered the most recent hearing. You're not missing much. It's been rescheduled again. It's not until November. I've just told you you're not missing much from my own video. I'm not very good at this. But it's been rescheduled for November. If you're interested in the case, I do have a whole playlist. Go watch it, get caught up, and maybe something will come out in the next few weeks. We'll see. If it is, I will keep you updated. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get reminders and notifications of when I go live. I do them randomly as and when I am able to, so you don't get a warning. So make sure to hit the notification bell, and you can find me on social media. The link is below. I'm on the Twitter, the Threads, Instagram and TikTok, and hopefully I will see you over there. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!